Hey everyone and welcome. Welcome back to Oba's Trending Gist, where we break down the moments that are making waves in Nigeria. And folks, today we have a classic. You know that feeling when someone tries to lecture you on something, but you have the receipts to show they did exactly same thing? Well, that's what happened live on Arise News. The Southeast leader of the Tinubu support organization, Mr. George Agbakahi, was on morning show to discuss the propaganda war between APC and ADC. But what started as a routine interview quickly turned into an intense grilling session by one and only Rufai Oseni. Rufai came prepared with facts about APC's own history, specifically on threatening to form a parallel government and the real inflation figure. It was a masterclass in holding politicians accountable. So let's watch the clip and then we'll break it all down. So sit back and take a watch.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing on TV? Is it not campaigning?
Yes,
What you are doing as we speak on TV, is it not campaigning for the APC?
no, what I'm doing is answering the question she posed to me. That's exactly what I'm doing.
No, but you were saying
Okay. I'm just trying to put
It's fine. Well, you've said that they've done their fund, they've done everything.
Yes.
You are campaigning. You came here to campaign for the APC, but it's fine. I have many issues to ask you, Mr. Agbakahi. As we speak today,
Yes.
If anybody say they will form a parallel government, what should they do to the person?
Well, we are running a presidential system of government.
Yeah.
I don't think, that is proper to start, doing a parallel government that was suggested earlier. Yes. Okay. That was suggested by, what's the name of this popular economist from Delta?
Tommy, yeah.
He suggested it sometime. He suggested it sometime 2 or 3 months ago.
He called it a shadow government.
It is very disingenuous.
Okay, he calls it a shadow. See, anybody,
it's similar.
Okay,
it's similar.
If anybody talks about a parallel government, I think they should be rebuked and condemned, right? We should rebuke and condemn anybody that
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you know your party, APC, said they will form a parallel government if they didn't win the 2015 elections?
Well, it depends on who talked about it and the circumstances. As I speak to you now, I don't really understand the circumstances for that particular statement. Yes.
I'll tell you. In an interview with Shewo Kibaloye, my friend and my brother, on Channels TV, a professor of law, the vice presidential candidate of the APC then, Professor Oshibajo, was asked about the talk about APC, they will form a parallel government, and he defended it. So your vice presidential candidate, and these are facts, was on TV defending a parallel government. So when you are abusing El Rufai today, that they say if they don't win in 2027, they will form a parallel government, Nigeria will go up in flame. Didn't your party set the tone for things like that, Mr. Agbakahi? Because we both agree that anybody that talks about forming a parallel government should be fought, should be brought down. But your party was even the one that opened our eyes to talk about forming a parallel government if they don't win. So what should we do to your party? You will tell us that later. Second point, Mr. Agbakahi. You also said that when President Tinubu got in, inflation was over 40%, right?
Yes.
Where did you get that data from?
Well, it's a data that is already in the news media. It's in the news. It's not a hidden. It's a public document. Google it. You'll find it. That was the case then. But like we speak,
Mr. Agbakahi, inflation rate in Nigeria.
Yes.
Was 22.41% in May 2023.
Hello, Chief Agbakahi. We already established.
No, I'm talking about 2020. I'm talking about 2022. I mean, currently, it's 22.22%, which is reasonable.
No, wait. You said when President Tinubu came in, inflation was 40%. Inflation was 20.
Prior to
was 22.41%.
prior to President Tinubu coming in.
No, you said when President Tinubu came in, inflation was 40%. Inflation was 22.41%.
Okay, maybe
then it went up to over 30%. Then inflation did not really come down. No. What they did was that they changed the way, the parameters, the base at which they calculated inflation, and there was a drop in the number because they changed the parameter. So those are the facts on ground. Dr. Abati, over to you.
You know, we established that you are a pro-Tinubu person.
Yes.
So in war, everything is fair as in love. So anything you say to support President Tinubu, we see it from that prism. At least I see it from that prism.
Wow. Just wow. Did you see that? Let's break down what just happened because there were two major knockout punches in that exchange. First, the parallel government trap. Rufai starts with a simple hypothetical question. What should be done to anyone who threatens to form a parallel government? Mr. Agbakahi wanted to sound like a statesman. Walk right into it. He agrees it's improper, disingenuous, and shouldn't be done in a presidential system. He says anyone who says that should be rebuked and condemned. He's on the high horse, feeling good. Then bam, Rufai drops the hammer. He reminds him that his own party, the APC, was the one that threatened to form a parallel government back in 2015 if they didn't win the elections. The look on Mr. Agbakahi's face was priceless. He started fumbling, saying it depends on the circumstances, trying to deflect. Rufai even points out that Professor Osibanjo, a professor of law and APC's VP candidate at the time, defended the statement on national TV. Agbakahi had absolutely no comeback. He was caught completely off guard. Honestly, you can see the look on his face. I felt for the guy. Now, for the second punch, the inflation rate. Mr. Agbakahi boldly claimed that when President Tinubu came into office, inflation was over 40%. He says this to make the previous government look terribly and to imply that any current struggle are inherited from a worse situation. It is a common political talking point. But Rufai, who clearly does his homework, immediately fact-checked him live on air. He asked, "Where did you get that data from?" He then provided the official data from the National Bureau of Statistics, stating that inflation in May 2023, when Tinubu took over, was 22.41%. Not even close to 40%. Again, Mr. Agbakahi is left stammering, claiming his 40% figure is a public document and is in the news media without being able to cite any single source. He was just throwing out a number, and Rufai called his bluff with the actual facts. That was the analysis of what happened. Now for my take. So, what does this all mean? This is my critical take on the entire exchange. First, this is a textbook example of political hypocrisy and the short memory politicians expect us to have. The very thing the APC is now condemning others for, making inflammatory statements about election outcome, is exactly what they did when they were in opposition. It highlights a dangerous do as I say, not as I do mentality in our politics. What is considered a legitimate political threat when you are seeking power becomes treasonous when others do it. We as citizens need to have a long memory and call this out every single time. Secondly, this highlights the critical importance of fact-check-based journalism. Rufai Oseni didn't just come with opinion, he came with dates, names, and numbers. In an age of widespread misinformation and propaganda, where politicians can just invent figures like 40% inflation to suit their narrative, we need journalists who can challenge them in real time. This is how you hold power to account. You don't let them get away with creating their own reality. My third point is on the performance of the guest, Mr. Agbakahi. This serves as a lesson to all political spokespersons. Know your history, and more importantly, know your party's history. What's and all. Going on a major platform like Arise News unprepared to defend your party's past actions is political malpractice. He was sent to defend his party but ended up making them look inconsistent and dishonest. Finally, you have to give credit where it's due. This is why the morning show on Arise News is arguably the #1 political talk show in the country. The hosts, especially Rufai, are known for their rigorous, well-researched and fearless style of interviewing. They don't just ask questions, they interrogate the answers. And that's exactly what our democracy needs more of. So, there you have it, a moment of pure political drama that reveals much about the state of our political discourse. We saw hypocrisy laid bare, the power of facts over fiction, and a masterclass in journalistic interviewing. But what do you guys think? Was Rufai's question fair? How could Mr. Agbakahi have handled it better? And what does this say about the upcoming political landscape? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to read them. If you enjoyed this breakdown, please hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and most importantly, subscribe to Obas Trending Gist for more incisive analysis. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged. Peace out.